Hello, and welcome back to another Dokkan battle video. I'm not excited for today. I just want to point that out to you guys, that I am not excited. We are doing a festival run today. I am gonna just go with it. It's just gonna happen. Is how this is gonna go. Nothing crazy. Nothing ridiculous. We are just going to do a festival run, right? If we get smoked near the end, I do not care. The one good thing about AGL VEGETA, this is actually really good for us, by the way. Pointing this out, this is actually really good. Because we want to eventually be under 50% HP so that we can get Vegeta's extra defense, right? He kind of doesn't need that because he is very orb reliant. When it comes to being later in the fight, right? And if we don't have his double orb changing, he's just gonna like die, right? I'm gonna leave him on rotation. I'm gonna make him the priority. We're just gonna like go through the entire event until he basically just wins, I guess. Either we win or we lose. I don't particularly care. But that's the vibes we're going with today. I love having to redo this every time. Anyway, yeah, so that's the plan. That's the plan. We are just gonna keep it rolling. Good amount of stacks in this first turn. I'm probably gonna come back roughly when I'm like pretty deep in the fight. It's gonna take me a while. I thought about bringing Tech Broly just to speed up the process. Right? I really did. That was like my first thought. I was like, oh, why don't I just bring Tech Broly onto the team, right? He would at least link decently well with Vegeta. And then if I really wanted to speed through the entire fight, I would just use, put Tech Broly in slot 1 and he would absolutely destroy 99% of the fight. That's probably what would happen. Let's be honest, right? But not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We are just going to go through this incredibly casually. And hopefully nothing ridiculous happens. I'm not like overly experienced with festival battles runs. Like I don't like doing them. I don't even have the mission cleared to do the extreme type mission, like the extreme tech, extreme AGL, extreme int. I haven't even done that yet. Even with the Tech Broly cheese method, I haven't even finished it. So it's like it's just one of those things where I have not really gone out of my way to really accomplish. One thing about Vegeta I want to mention, right? As I've already said before, because he's so orb reliant in terms of what he's actually doing damage wise, we really can make use out of that to make it so that he's not gonna, like, we can put him in slot 1. More than likely he won't die, right? Typically, depending on how stacked you can get him up, and then he can just sit there, do basically no damage, and then we'll get stacks with the other characters. That is what is like tending to happen with AGL Vegeta, right? Because you can completely control how much damage he does by giving him between 1 to 10 orbs, right? You can very easily do that, right? It's not hard, right? Look, he did 3 super attacks, 3 stacks, did literally nothing. Now the Super Saiyan 4s, I got them to the amount of keys so they can get all their super attacks. So they're going to do a bunch of super attacks now while being still in slot 2, and Vegeta's going to get his stacks. Well, they crit, so I guess maybe they won't. Right. If they didn't crit, we could potentially have gotten a couple stacks. Right. And that's the kind of things we got to think about when going through this stage here. So anyway, that's pretty much how this run is going to go. I'll be back in like 2 hours when we're deeper into the fight. So I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye. Alright, so we're back on turn 73 of Festival and Battles. It's been almost like 4 hours since then. I've been doing other things while I've been playing Festival, but now we're really deep in the fight. And as you can kind of see, the situation that we're in right now isn't the best. And that is mainly because of the fact that I have been focusing so heavily on Namek Vegeta, trying to get him to a point where he's actually looking really good here. I had to kind of neglect the 10th anniversary LRs a little bit, which is not something that you really wanted to be doing, right? So all of their attack stats of the 10th anniversary LRs are not that crazy. They have not gotten a whole lot of attack stacks, right? Namek Vegeta, Scouter Vegeta, whatever you want to call him, he has gotten 68 attacks. Obviously, look, you can clearly see there we've missed 12 super attacks just because of how things were going. I did kind of have to try to balance our super attacks in a way where he can still get his super attacks off, but also allow all the other units to get their attacks off. I didn't want him to go really crazy with the orbs earlier on in the fight. Now, the reason I brought us back now instead of in the Daima fight is because I think we're going to have to use either a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta active or use Scouter Vegeta's active. I think I'm just going to go ahead and use Scouter Vegeta's active here. I think this is about when I would probably use it anyway. So let's go ahead and put him in slot 2 and then just rip his active. It's not going to do a crazy amount of damage, remember, because he gets a lot of stats from just collecting orbs. And obviously we can't collect orbs and use his active in the same turn unless we have like a giant form, which we do not. So let's go ahead and rip this. Hopefully it does get him out of damage for us, so that way I can save physical Gogeta's active and like turn into Gogeta. I hope it does, but it probably won't. Okay, let's see how much it does. I don't think it's quite enough, which is kind of unfortunate, because I don't think we'd be able to kill Goku without going into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, right? Because like the problem with Scouter Vegeta is just he just does not do a whole lot of damage himself, right? For a very long time, even with all this that we're going to be giving him, it's still not really that much. We're not going to action break the super, are we? Okay, no, we're not. I think as long as we counter the super tag, we'll be completely fine. I don't really need to give him the 10 orbs. I want to give a lot of the orbs to Vegeta in the event, right, that he is even going to attack here. Right, because remember, his active skill does give him the massive 50% attack for the rest of the fight. So he's now going to be doing a lot better, like, offensively. Hopefully, though, yeah, I mean, I have a really highly stacked Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He should have more than enough power to sit Goku down, especially if he lands the counter. I don't see him not landing the counter, though. All right, we get a triple super attack, we land a counter, I think we're fine. And so it might be a little bit close. I think the counter would just straight up kill. It would be like 100% guaranteed that we're okay. Okay, we didn't get the additional super attack, but it did crit, at least. I gotta bring the frame up a bit. Oh, we got the counter. Okay. So at least we're okay. We're gonna guaranteed make it to the Daima phase. I don't like not having 2 turns of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta against the Daima phase, though. That isn't very interesting to me. It's not a good look, I think. Ooh, okay. Let's get the Scouter fish, right? We got it. I think we kind of have to do that when we're this deep into the fight. Like, I want to have Vegeta attack at some point in this, at the end of this video. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't foresee a way we get through this with that. I think we do have to leave it exactly like this. Right, so let's transform the gods. Right, get their massive damage out. I'll have them also attack Glorio. I don't want to use the Gogeta active, though. I want to try to avoid using that. I think he would be fine anyway. I think he has more than enough defense to be completely okay, especially with 4 rainbows. I really don't want to use his active, is the problem. Granted, we do have 2 AGL Gogetas. Because the thing is, I wanted to save one of the actives for the 2 final phases. I'm gonna say we won't need it. That my Gogeta is gonna be, or not even mine. The friend Gogeta is gonna be completely fine with 4 Rainbow Key Spheres. He should. He has enough defense, I think. And then we're just gonna have everybody aim at Glorio because Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, he does a ridiculous amount of damage to Daima Goku, especially if we can get him to counter him, right? Like, if on the next turn... Okay, I'm shocked we didn't dodge, but sure. 160. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, my 7th anniversary LRs are pretty well stacked to be good here. All right, they're looking quite good. Like, they're looking probably the best out of any of the units that we have right now in terms of stacking. I was able to pretty comfortably get them to a really good range. I made them the secondary priority while Namek Vegeta or Scouter Vegeta, he was on rotation pretty much all the way up until like the 2024, like early 2024 or late 2023 fights, right? I believe I kicked him off rotation around into Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I think that's when I booted him off. I said, okay, we're gonna kind of get him out of here. That's around when I kind of was like, I'm tired of it, right? Obviously, again, I mentioned this, my 10th anniversary LRs, they're not going to be looking too offensively crazy. I did not have enough time, really, to get them offensive stacks. I got them a good amount of defensive stacks, though, so they should both be completely fine defensively. It's just that offensively, they're not going to be looking like all that insane. I'm hoping, though, that obviously, Gogeta, I've never seen him die this late when I had to run this amount of defense, right? So surely he's fine. He's getting all his super decks in. We have 4 rainbow key spheres. I guess I could have theoretically used the active, but with how much damage the blues did, I think we're good, like offensively against this phase. Okay. We're fine, right? Please tell me this doesn't just kill me. That would be so sad. Okay, yeah, we're fine. I don't have a crazy amount of experience with festival battles. Like, it's not something that I do a lot, mainly because I just don't have fun doing it. And you can clearly see how weak my Tech Vegeto is. Not getting that super tech is really annoying. Also, he's 55%, right? So he doesn't have the ability additional at all, right? He is just a lot weaker offensively because his base stats are a lot lower. All right, how are we looking here? Huh. Okay. I don't really want to split up my Super Saiyan 4s is the problem. But the thing is, would Super Saiyan 4 Goku die to the normal is my big thing. So I don't want to split them up, but at the same time, I think we need to land this counter on Daimagoku. I really do. How much do his normals do? He's doing a couple up there. Yeah, his normals do 5 million is the problem. Yeah. Okay. Okay, here's what I think we do. I whip out the second Gogeta. I could have probably... Another thing, I could have banked on AGL Goku, right? But I don't think that's a good idea. I think if we want to 100% confirm we get out of this phase, I'm going to use one of the... I don't really want to use this active. Yeah, let's just attack Glorio with him. I think I want to use the Gogeta active next turn. All right, we're gonna attack Glorio with everybody. Right, the main reason I don't want to attack Daimagoku here is because of the fact that I don't want to like potentially action break that super attack. I want to just make sure that that's gonna. I think we're not going to, but I don't even want to like have the potential of that. Right, and maybe I should have had Gogeta attack Daimagoku, right, just to make it a little bit more comfortable. But I think I'm probably going to end up using the first AGL Gogeta. He's more than likely going to end up super attacking, or using his active skill against Daimagoku, right? And then we're going to try to blast him away. I think if we don't get the counter on Daimagoku, we just lose. I'm going to be really honest. I don't think we're going to have the damage to kill Daimagoku if we don't get the counter. Yeah, I probably should have just attacked Daimagoku with this Gogeta. Oh, boy. That is a pretty big number there. 200 million? Okay, cool. I don't like the fact that, though, I had to split up my Super Saiyan 4s That's gonna, you know, be a big hit to our damage, right? But at the same time, I don't think AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku would have been able to live the normals in slot 1, right? So it's like he really, again with the normal, at least did a lot of damage. We hit the counter. We don't hit the counter. That's really annoying. Okay. We did do a lot of damage to him, though. Man, not getting the counter, though, is so bad. Okay. Well, we kind of have to use the active next turn, right? We don't have a choice but to use the active. Because we're going to lose out on this Gogeta, right? So we do have to pop it. Vegeta is doing a whole lot of nothing but giving us orbs. he's not going to attack. So we kind of have to pop this, or else we're just going to lose out on him forever. Maybe I didn't have to transform last turn. I just did it for safety purposes. I'm not banking on a dodge this late into the fight. I'm really not going to do that, right? But like, it is, if we kind of, you know, we got to do what we got to do sometimes. Like Vegeta, he doesn't do anything really. Like, he's just gonna be like our solid 6th option. Like, I'm not worried about him at all in that final spot back there, right? He is completely fine. I'm not worried. Not worried even a little bit about him. All right, I think he's gonna sit there and he is going to be completely fine. Completely. Not worried in the slightest, right? Even if somehow we made it all the way to him at the end, I think he would potentially still live the Super, right? I think he would. I really do. I do think he would. Or at least he would have a good chance of dodging it. Okay. So here's this. Let's do that. Remember that Gogeta changes AGL orbs to a rainbow. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna have 2 rainbows. But with this active, if we hit the counter, the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, that's gonna be a lot of damage for us. Like a lot of extra damage. Did we get it? No, we didn't. Gogeta missed the counter again. You're kidding. That's so much damage we lose. You're joking. Do you know how much damage that counter would have done if we landed it? Missing that 70% like counter, literally that counter alone probably would have done like 2 health bars, a health bar and a half, like by itself. That's so bad. And we missed the hit of Potential Super again? Oh my god. Yeah, that's cooked. That's so bad. That's like legitimately awful. I'm like speechless. We have another chance, right? Because you get 4 turns against AGL Gogeta and Tech Vegeta, right? But like, how do we miss that so many times? Like, dang. I'm like in shock. And I'm pretty sure we might not have the sauce in us to survive next turn. I don't know if my main worry is Super Saiyan 4 Goku, if he's gonna be fine against the normals, because they're like 10 million damage normals. They're pretty beefy. Okay, where's the Super's in the middle? Okay. Let's do it like this. Alright. Yeah, 8 key, that's good. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, he's just gonna have to, like, hang on, I guess. Not get obliterated for us. This guy, I'm gonna need to lock in and get all his dodges. Because we cannot feasibly, I think, have base Vegeta against those normals. Only problem is, now we're gonna have a turn against Vegito with 2 base Gogetas. So I don't think we have any chance of winning this unless, like, we have something crazy. We would have to finish on the turn where we have the 2 Gogetas, I think. And then, yeah, we would have to kill Gogeta on the turn where we're gonna have both of the base AGL Gogetas, right? And then have Vegito do basically their entire health bar. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. I don't think we have any other choice besides that. I mean, I think it's possible. Like, it really is. Will Vegeta attack at any point since we've come back, though? Probably not. Gonna be honest, I don't think he will. Like, I don't think he's gonna be very relevant. Right? Because, like, the whole point of AGL Vegeta, right, in this kind of thing, is you do kind of have to prioritize him just, like, a little bit, right? So that way he's not gonna just be completely worthless. We do have to dodge this, by the way. Right, you kind of have to prioritize him that way. He has enough stacks to the point where he can potentially live normals if he doesn't dodge them, right? So you have to kind of make him a big priority for a long time. But, like, his major benefit is the fact that he is double orb changing for the Orb Hungry 7th Anniversary LRs. Like, that's a massive thing that he does, right? It's incredibly helpful that he's able to do that. So, with that being said, though, if that's all he's doing, he's not helping that much. Okay, Super Saiyan 4 Goku's fine. Where's the super attack? Wait, he's not. It's right away. Okay. Yeah. Super attacks right away. Our best shot, I think, is leaving it exactly like this. We do not want to kill. Like, we don't. Not even a little bit. If we can make it. Oh, we hit the counter, though. That's gonna do a lot of damage. Yeah, it's gonna hit pretty goddamn hard. Okay. I think if we can barely not kill Gogeta, right? Then next turn we just active skill kill Gogeta with the gods. I think we have a pretty decent chance at least coming close to a victory, right? Because we still have physical Gogeta's active available to us. We're still going to have Vegito's active available to us. It's the main reason why I didn't transform him here. I was like, let me just, like, attempt to squeeze out a little bit of extra offensive stacks. That way, when we get to the next turn, hopefully he, you know, has just a good amount of juice in him to be able to actually take out Tech Vegito. And then we'll just, like, make do with what we got, you know? We're going to have to probably rely on, like, AGL Vegeta dodge, that kind of thing. I think it's possible. This is going to be, like, the longest look-back video, though. We are failing those 70% so much. I hope that doesn't mean he just dies to normals. I gave him quite a bit of defense, but I don't know if it's enough if he fails the super. No, it's not. Okay. I should have just transformed. It's fine. You know, Vegeta, you can see his damage right down there at the bottom. It's not going to go that much higher than that. Right? So he's going to be around like 60 million. His defense is pretty good at that point. There's just not a whole lot we could have done to make him better than that at that point. And I think that's fine. I could have just thrown him in front of there and see how he did, but it is what it is. I think we got really, really close to winning. It's just that 55% Vegito, his defense need to be so much higher, and we cannot be failing super attacks like that. Or else it's just kind of over. I mean, that's gonna be it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully with something a bit easier on my my mental. I'll see you guys then. Bye bye.